on Tip FM.
It's getting to the point where I'm no fun anymore. I am sorry. But sometimes it hurts so badly, I must cry out loud. Deep lyricist, CSN. And why? Why's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? The Canadian rocker's in individually. He's in with Buffalo Springfield, but he's not in with Crosby, Stills, Nash. And he should be. Day 2, the Miller Electric Center. No place I'd rather be. Are you kidding me? Certainly not the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. That place sucks. What a waste of time that was when I went a few years ago. Seeing pictures of Madonna and Taylor Swift and whatever. I mean, give me a Jimi Hendrix acid bandana. All right? That's what the rock and roll people want to see. More importantly, let's get straight to it. Today was very disappointing for the Jaguars offense. Okay? Incredibly disappointing. And not because they were only 3 of 7 during 11 on 11, but because Trevor Lawrence threw 2 interceptions. And I get it. I do. I really get it. And I understand right now, I could feel it. I could feel a tremendous amount of apprehension. I can feel a tremendous amount of aggravation. I can also feel a tremendous amount of cool it, Ballou. It's only day 2 of training camp. But if you were to rewind this show, if you were to go to on demand on this show, I bet 60, 70, 80 times when I told you that you shouldn't have given Trevor Lawrence a contract extension. Why? Why? And the number one issue for me, he was totally underwhelming a year ago. He has thrown 60 turnovers, 60 of them in 3 years. And the thing that is most problematic, he makes stupid plays. Today, he made 2 stupid plays. He made Dewey Wingard look like Ed freaking Reed. Okay? First of all, what the hell is Dewey doing out there taking reps anyway? It should be Antonio Johnson, who's twice the athlete. He's longer. He's a better football player. He's a better athlete. He should be out there next to Andre Sisco. Obviously, a message is being said somewhat. I'm not going to say anything more about positioning out of respect for the team, out of respect for the Jaguars PR. They don't want you talking scheme. They don't want you talking personnel. But Dewey was a Hall of Famer today. And I really keyed in on Trevor. I spent a lot of time today watching him individually. The kid gets it. All right? He's 110% every single snap. I'm watching him going through just simple individual drills, taking handoffs, giving it to the backs, throwing high percentage short passes behind the line of scrimmage or just ahead of the line of scrimmage. And it's one rep after another, right? It's Trevor, it's Mac, it's CJ. And you watch Trevor, what an incredible amount of enthusiasm. And a guy who never takes a play off, okay? Even when it's not his rep, he's with Mike McCoy or he's doing things individually on how to get better. This isn't Dustin Johnson, walking up to the 16th green where he kind of gives you the look like, hell, I don't care. This isn't J.D. Drew who hits a grand slam in the World Series or J.D. Drew in the bottom of the 9th inning where he hits into a 4-6-3 double play. And you can look at J.D. Drew and you couldn't tell emotion-wise whether he did something good or bad because he was just a cool cat. J.D. Trevor Lawrence is a guy who's a leader. He's a guy who gets it. He spoke to us yesterday. He's an intelligent guy. He's well-read. He's respectful. He loves the game. Why does he make these stupid mistakes? Okay? It is the main issue that I have had with Trevor Lawrence in 3 years here. And again, I've said it 60, 70, 80 times. Throw the freaking football away. Throw it away. Oh, it's only practice. You play how you practice. This is the biggest rub against him. This is the biggest knock against him. Throw the freaking football away. And twice today, the exact same route. Tyson Campbell had blanket coverage on Gabe Davis. Tyson Campbell may be the star so far of camp 2 days in. Instead, he tried this lollipop, and it wasn't like Willie Mays and the great center field grab in the 1954 World Series. This was a simple pop fly. And Dewey gets with the pick. And then just a couple of plays later, he totally underthrows Evan Ingram. The defense is ahead of the offense. The red zone defense is ahead of the red zone offense. We get it. We understand. But this is the same issue that Trevor Lawrence has had since he has been a Jacksonville Jaguar. And I can't separate what it is. This is what I think. He's made plays his entire life. He's been the best player on the football field his entire life, in high school and in college. And he could get away with making a play. When he makes these stupid plays, I think his brain is saying, it's up to you. Make it. He has to be taught to get rid of the football. I had a one-on-one with Mike McCoy, the quarterback's coach, and I raised this to him. And if we were to bring back that interview and play it, it was ridiculous the way that Mike McCoy defended him. I mean, it was absurd. Mike McCoy, it was almost like a politician. He almost had me, believing, of course he didn't, that none of this is on Trevor. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I got eyes. I may not know football like you do, but this has been my job for the last 33 years. I've covered this franchise since they came into existence. The man makes stupid freaking plays. And here it is, day 2 of camp. He just got paid. He just said everything yesterday that you want your leader in your, and he makes not back to back, but 2 plays within 5 minutes. That can't happen. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? This can't happen. Brian Thomas Jr. dropped another touchdown pass today. He began yesterday's work 7-on-7 by dropping a touchdown pass. He's a rookie. That's going to happen. Okay? Don't call him Chase. Don't call him Lamb. Don't call him Hill. Don't call him. He's dropped back-to-back touchdowns. He's had a very slow camp to begin things. He's a rookie. They've pushed him into immediate service. Okay? Maybe he'll adapt. Maybe he'll get better. Maybe red zone drills are the most difficult for a rookie. When they take the ball over at the 25-yard line and he runs a 20-yard route, maybe that's where his best play is going to come. But that's my point. This is Brian. I've watched him practice twice. Okay, he dropped balls that Calvin Ridley a year ago made. Remember how sensational Calvin Ridley was last year in camp? I'm not giving up on Brian Thomas. Okay, I think he'll get better. Is it alarming? Sure. Absolutely. I mean, these are grabs that number 1 wide receivers make. Some will say, well, it was a debatable drop. Was it possible? I was standing right there. Okay. Great. What Christian Kirk makes that grab. And, Jaguar fans don't want to hear it, but here you are living, and I talked about it a little bit on yesterday's show. The last 2 exits for the Jaguars have been because of what? They dropped balls that they had to make. Christian Kirk 2 years ago in the playoffs, Calvin Ridley last year against Tennessee. Okay? You dropped balls that you have to catch. You're a pro. Brian Thomas Jr., 2 drop touchdowns in 2 days. Am I happy about it? No. Am I trying to understand? Sure. Trevor Lawrence? Are you kidding me? A pick and then another pick where no one's open. That's the problem. I mean, the Ronald Darby one yesterday. That was a great play by a 10-year veteran cover corner. Absolutely jumped the route. The 2 today are, there's no other way to say it. It was atrocious. Okay. You throw the football away. You take the 3 points, or if it's first down, you go to second down. If it's second down, you go to third down. If not, you settle for the points. The Jaguars were 26 of 52 last year in red zone opportunities. 50%. 21st in the NFL. They were second in the NFL, tied for 30th when it came to red zone turnovers. 5. That's the second worst in the NFL. And there's so much attention about who's calling plays, who's not calling plays. Is it Doug Peterson? Is it Press Taylor? And all of a sudden, you got a quarterback who looks the part. That's what's so aggravating. You know, if this was Blake Bortles, if this was Gardner Minshew, if this was Chad Henne, if this was Nick Foles, if this was, I'd be like, well, you know, it's kind of what you, but this is not a physical mistake. This is a mental mistake. And, you know, if I could figure out one thing about this football team, what do they say to him? How do you coach him? I think he wants to be coached. You have to be so delicate with today's players. Great quote this morning by Ryan Nielsen, all right, the new defensive coordinator. He said this, and I do quote, "Players, they don't care what you know until they know how much you care." A little bit of Freudian in there, but it's spot on. For a coach who, you know, the early return on Ryan Nielsen is get ready to say bye-bye, right? I mean, this guy's going to be so good. He's either going to replace Doug Peterson as the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, or he's going to grab a job somewhere else. That's early return on him because of how his red zone defense has looked so far. Is the red zone defense really that good? Or is the Jaguars' red zone offense really that bad? Have I overdone it here? Perhaps. But it's only because the exact same thing that I complained and complained and complained about and said it can't happen happened today twice. So if you're so cool that you can just dismiss this and say, it's no big deal. He won't do it come game time. I'm going to remind you, he's had 60 turnovers in the last 3 years, the most of any quarterback in the NFL. And in the second practice today, he looks like he has learned nothing because you sail that ball into the front row in the stands at the Miller Electric Center. Instead, he put Dewey Wingard into the freaking NFL Hall of Fame. So, yeah, I'm bothered by it. I am. And if I had come in here and said, oh, my God, Trevor, man, all he's throwing touchdowns, I know it, because every year I get accused of being too positive about this team in camp. If I was saying Trevor's spinning it, he's throwing touchdowns, Gabe Davis is doing this, and Brian Thomas is doing this, and Devin Duvernay is, I would have heard from you, and it would have sounded a little bit like this. Pipe down, Blue. It's only practice. They're supposed to look good. They're professionals. Okay, well, the exact opposite is happening. They're filling up diapers. This is, I can't imagine what Press and Mike McCoy and Doug Peterson are really feeling. Back to the quote. Players don't care what you know until they know how much you care. Can you say anything to them? Can you coach them? Can you criticize them? I don't know. I mean, today people just get up and leave. He's not going to leave after signing a $275 million contract. But can you coach him? Can you get in his face and drop some four-letter freaking words and say, don't throw the ball? Tuck it and run, and we'll blow the whistle or seal it into the sideline. I mean, how can you make the same mistake again and again and again and again and again? All right. I hope it's a better practice tomorrow. I do. I mean, I'm such a fan. I am. There's nothing not to like about this guy except for when he makes stupid plays. I bet he's book smart. I bet he tested well. I bet he got great grades. He's a wonderful human being. He's got a chance to be the face of this franchise for the next 10 to 15 years. There's everything to like about him. But why does he make these? I mean, when it was Byron Leftwich and it was a long release, everyone went nuts about it. When it's Blaine Gabbert and you practice like a Hall of Fame and you can't complete a pass on Sunday, people go nuts about it. Why is it here that, let's give it some time. Why should you give it some time? He just got paid. It's time to produce. You throw those balls away, you just say it's not a good day with the red zone. But when you throw interceptions like this, it makes you think that he has not learned anything from his disastrous 2023 season. All right, opening comments brought to you by Shmunez Vision. I almost wish I didn't have 2020 eyes today out there watching that red zone offense. Unfortunately, or perhaps, depending on how you look at it, fortunately, I do. And that's because of the good folks over at Shmunez. Set up an appointment today. Best bet, just go to Shmunez Vision. You can check them out on Instagram, get testimonials from everyone, or certainly just go to the web. You can also call them at 299-2906. High-quality medical and surgical eye care. More than 30 years of laser eye surgery experience when you look at Dr. Neil Shmunez and Dr. Catherine Shmunez. Again, I mentioned surgical. Dr. Neil Shmunez performed surgery on my right eye 8.5 years ago. There's never been an issue. Never has been a setback. Check them out today. Your best bet, just go to Shmunez Vision to get everything from them. All right, when we come back, let's bring in J.J. LaSelva. Coming up in a little bit, Brenton Strange. Sat down with him today after practice. I know some of you out there, and he even addresses this a little bit. I think you'll find it pretty intriguing. Brenton Strange knows he's up against it in his second season. We have that coming up. If you want to join the conversation, 641-1010, the best way for you to do it. It's brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, and of course, that is our text line.
Murray with time.
Hey, this is Aaron Murray, quarterback for the University of Georgia Bulldogs on 1010 XL 92.5 FM Sports Radio.
Yes, he did.
Looking for a new vehicle? Take a look at Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville. Now's the time to save big this summer. Choose from more than 250 new and over 1,000 used and certified pre-owned vehicles on the lot, or shop anytime at JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com. Hyundai has one of the top warranties in the business. Lifetime powertrain and a 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, plus 3 years free maintenance on a new vehicle. Give us the opportunity to earn your business today. Atlantic Boulevard, Jacksonville, or visit JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com. Welcome to the family.
Ballou here for Shmunez Vision. Why Shmunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Shmunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Shmunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Shmunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit ShmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Get recruiting tips and advice from area coaches, pros, athletes, and their parents.
So you gotta up your game.
Plus, better ways to train as B3 Better brings you the Amateur's Edge Show, Saturday from 11 to noon on 1010XL.
Integrity, persistence, and standing up for victims. It's what you want in a personal injury case and what my friend and lawyer Glenn Cohen brings to every case for over 40 years. Call Glenn at Barnes, Cohen, and Sullivan.
International soccer returns this summer. Don't miss Premier League clubs, Wolves and West Ham in Jacksonville for the Stateside Cup, July 27th at Everbank Stadium. Tickets as low as $35 at statesidecup.com.
Looking for a new or used firearm? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach will get you locked and loaded. New firearms coming in weekly and always looking for used guns. No lines and no waiting. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
There are three certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheap or discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
Catch all the interviews and analysis of this year's ACC kickoff.
Sold out crowd, Doak Campbell Stadium.
Coverage on 1010XL is brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters, Local Union 234, and Salvatore's Pizza at Tapestry Park.
Ooh, I'm so ready for this weekend away with my girls.
Hey, hit the road? How about some free gas?
Free gas? How?
Try new Febreze car for some serious freshness and you can win gas for a full year. Visit Febreze.com to learn more.
Say less.
You may not win, but you're gonna have a fresh smelling whip.
Thanks, DJ Fresh. Now how about some music?
Hey, yo, this next one goes out to new Febreze car for giving you a chance to win free gas.
La, 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 la.
No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to enter in 73124 for rules and how to enter. Visit Febreze.com.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. Look, we've all been there before. A weekend trip to the casino canceled because real life came calling. Well, MyBookie's new and improved online casino is here to change the game. Dive into a truly realistic casino experience featuring the latest in slots, progressive jackpots, and live dealer action, all from the comfort of your own home. I love the live casino. The roulette is awesome. It's so easy and so much fun. Just go to MyBookie and click Live Casino at the top. You'll find live dealers ready to deal or spin just like you're at the casino. The MyBookie Casino provides a Las Vegas experience when the action is in your hands. Start at MyBookie today with a generous sign-up bonus using promo code 1010XL, and a revamped loyalty program ensures a host of exclusive VIP perks. So sign up and hit the casino with promo code 1010XL. The more you play, the more you win. Only with MyBookie.
Hun, the drain really smells.
Yeah, wow, it does.
I think it's getting backed up. What should we do? Did you just quack like a duck?
Yes, I did. Duck Rooter, your plumbing pros in Northeast Florida. Need help with a plumbing issue at your home or business? Just call the Duck.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Folk music, perhaps? Slow rock? I don't know.
It's getting to the point where I'm no fun anymore. I am sorry.
Trevor's back to throw. Trevor to the guy. It's picked off by the Hall of Famer Dewey. Dewey's got 5, 10. Dewey's going to go the whole way. What an athlete, Dewey Wingard. Oh, Trevor back to back. It's picked off again by Dewey Wingard. Dewey Wingard's going to become the only player in the history of the National Football League to... He doesn't even need the 5 years. It is going to put him straight into the Hall. J.J. LaSelva.
They both got extensions this season, right? Didn't Dewey also?
Heck, Dewey's going to be here longer than I am.
Yeah, he will.
Okay.
He's going to be working here at 1010.
Yeah. Another really good kid. There's no question about that.
Good in front of the media.
He's signed through 2025.
Okay.
Making 3.37 this year, going to make 3.7 next year.
I guess it was last offseason.
You want Andrew Wingard on your field if you know the team is running, and you bring in an extra guy into the box. And Andrew Wingard and coverage safety should not be in the same sentence, and it was twice today.
Our boy Johnson, so he wasn't starting, or are you allowed to say that?
No, I'm not allowed to say it, but am I allowed to say rotation?
Okay.
You know, I interviewed Antonio Johnson yesterday, and I had to be careful about what I could ask and what I could not ask. But I do think Antonio Johnson is really going to take off this year defensively.
Will be the starter day one.
I think so. That's my prediction.
They all do the very humble thing when you asked yesterday, like, what's best case scenario for you positionally? And he's just like, hey, if the coach, best case is the coach wants me out there wherever. I'm just like,
So
we get it.
You and I have talked about this the entire offseason. We talked about it in season. We talked about it once we caught word that it looked like Trevor was going to sign a deal, and we went through it back and forth. But you know that my opinion on this has always been stop making stupid plays that lead to turnovers, and he does it today in the second practice.
Yeah, but you were always a just wait on the contract guy, and I was too. Not because we didn't think that he would eventually deserve it, but why? You know, like, why? You don't need to do it right now. Let's give him one more season. We can watch him play one more season. And then, like, imagine if he has the turnovers that he's had the rest of his career. You wouldn't have to pay him what you just paid him.
Maybe this team needs a distraction, and maybe this will get it rolling a little bit early in camp. I mean, you have the whole Press Taylor, Doug Peterson, who's going to call plays. I've seen some people are trying to blame that on his interceptions. That's not the case. The receivers weren't open, okay? Now, the Darby pick yesterday was on the other side of the field, and I didn't have a great view of it, but it appeared that it was just a sensational play by Ronald Darby. These were not sensational plays by Andrew Wingard. Okay, Devon Hamilton could have come down with the interceptions. All right, Roy Robertson Harris could have come down with the anyone. Heck, if I was there, I could have come down with the interception. It's just the balls shouldn't have been thrown. And that's what I don't have a problem with yesterday's pick. That's a great play. Or maybe you learned from that. I don't know how you learned from this. And that's what's so aggravating is that I know Mike McCoy and I know Press Taylor and Doug Peterson. I know they have talked to him and told him, just get rid of the football. You know, in an example like this, it's so easy, JJ, to just tuck the ball and run and allow the whistle to be blown. And you just say, guess what? Tip your cap to the defense.
Throw it out of bounds.
Right. The defense did their job.
I see a lot of people on the text line saying, like, well, it's practice. You don't need to throw the ball away. Like, just, you know, he wouldn't do that again. Like you said earlier, we've seen him do it in a game 1,000 times, and you practice how you want to play on Sunday, like to where, it's basically just another practice for you on Sunday. That's what Leon always taught us. Is like, listen, the practices at Miami were way more serious and hardcore than so when you actually played on Saturday, the game was easy. And we did see a funny little clip yesterday of Trevor also fumbling. 1010XL posted that.
Yep.
It's been a couple things. It just doesn't, on that fumble in particular, he just wasn't taking the drill seriously whatsoever. We got another guy texting in, listen, we're so insecure about our quarterback, it could be Thomas Edward Patrick Brady at the helm in Jacksonville, and you all will be stressing it's only training camp. Yeah, well, Tom Brady has a lot that he did in his career to where we wouldn't have to stress about him throwing 2 picks in training camp.
Yeah.
Trevor's done literally nothing in his NFL career for you to make you think like, oh, he's going to be fine. He's going to be good.
I don't think anyone's worrying right now that Trevor Lawrence is going to become Tom Brady. I think they're worrying as to whether or not he's going to become Jameis Winston.
Yeah, exactly. But his point is saying, like, even if the Jags fans had Tom Brady as a quarterback, they would be stressing. How can you even compare? How can you even type that, dude?
Bro, I don't know if I've ever stressed during day 2 of training camp. I don't think I've ever stressed. Honestly. It's the major bullet point that I have emphasized on this show forever, and he did it twice today. There's no other way to say it. There isn't. Now, could he practice perfectly for the next 15 days? Maybe. But for today, if you listen yesterday, he threw a pick to Darby. I didn't lose my mind yesterday.
I don't even know if you mentioned it.
I mentioned it, but I didn't lose my mind.
No.
Okay? Because, again, for the third time, I thought it was a great play by Darby. These were not great plays by Wingard. They were stupid plays by your quarterback. And you were 50%. You were 21st in the NFL. 26 of 52 in the red zone. You've already got enough problems in the red zone where this team was so freaking soft last year, they can't run it on 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 2 and 4th and 1. Right? So if the running attack doesn't improve, the rushing attack doesn't improve, defense coordinators are going to feast. Put it all on Trevor. Make him throw 35, 38, 40 times a game. And I'm sure they're thinking sooner or later, we'll put him in a situation where he thinks, I have to make a play. And with that, he's going to throw a costly interception. All right, let's get caught up here. I went way overdue or way overboard to get things started. I do want to come back and switch things up for just a couple of minutes. Let's hear from Brenton Strange. Okay, second-year tight end, caught up with him after practice earlier this afternoon. Practice number 2 at the Miller Electric Center.
There's a reason why people love to listen to play-by-play on the radio.
This is unbelievable what we're witnessing. I'm serious.
1010XL, Jacksonville's home for play-by-play.
Hey folks, it's Jennifer Marion. Randy Marion Cadillac is the pinnacle of luxury in the First Coast area.
And guess what? We've got the all-new Cadillac Lyriq with $16,000 off MSRP.
That's right. You pick the color and drive away today in ultimate style.
Experience the future of driving with the Cadillac Lyriq. Electric, elegant, and exhilarating.
Visit us online at RandyMarionCadillacofJacksonville.com or come see us on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
Don't miss out on this unbeatable deal. Plus tax tag title $8.99 admin fee and resist all.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
An ACL tear can be a devastating injury with prolonged pain and rehabilitation. Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari. I'm a sports medicine orthopedic surgeon who grew up right here in Jacksonville and then went on to train with the world-renowned Dr. James Andrews. At Bari Orthopedics, we use the most current techniques to get you back on the field with less pain and quicker rehabilitation. We treat all types of sports injuries with the newest techniques available. Please call us for consultation or visit BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
Hey, folks. Folks, Rick Ballou here for John's Auto. They've been a staple in Jacksonville going all the way back to 1985. At John's Auto, they service all makes, all models, cars, trucks, diesel, you name it, they do it. Whether it's routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul. Call John's Auto on Arlington Road. That's 904-743-3857 or go to johnsautomotivejacks.com.
Brackish Vodka, the official vodka of UNF Athletics, 100% made in Jacksonville, is available at all local liquor stores. Visit Browdy's, Total Wine, ABC, Shores, Golden, Sahara's, Golden Ox, and more. Drink our gluten-free San Francisco Spirit award-winning vodka and see why it's the smoothest vodka you can buy. When you drink Brackish Vodka, you support all of our local employees and all the money stays in Jacksonville. Drink Brackish Vodka and live life slightly salty. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On July 25th, 1956, Pittsburgh Pirates' Roberto Clemente hits MLB's first and only walk-off inside the park grand slam for a 9-8 win over the Chicago Cubs.
The 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris feature incredible athletes, and it's the third time the Olympics will be held in Paris. If you're planning to attend, USAPark.net Airport Parking salutes your support of our American athletes. So no matter where you're going, whether you're traveling to the Olympics to support our athletes or just visiting Grandma, remember to park at USAPark.net.
If you're tired of your fence looking like a bad hair day, well, it's time for a fence makeover with Superior Fence and Rail. They'll make your yard the talk of the town with a new fence installed by their expert team.
Your fence is fantastic. My fence is giving all of my neighbors some serious pick and envy. Thanks, Superior Fence and Rail.
So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your fence installation project today.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation. Light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
If you're looking for the best in indoor air quality, I've got the experts to call. Florida Home AC, the official AC provider of the Jaguars, specializing in the best air quality for your home or work with the Remy Halo. Instead of waiting for pollutants to travel through the ductwork to be neutralized, the Halo cell releases friendly oxidizers every time your fan blows air, helping those in your home that suffer from allergies and other respiratory issues. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and start enjoying cool comfort and clean air.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Baseball is back. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, presented by FIS, takes the field this season at 1-1 Financial Ballpark as the AAA affiliate of the Miami Marlins. Tickets start at just $5, fireworks after every Friday home game, and kids run the bases after every Sunday game. JackShrimp.com, Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable, family fun.
Did you know a metal roof from Prime Roofing will last 2 to 3 times longer than a shingle roof? If you want a better roof, think metal. Think Prime Roofing. Schedule your free estimate today at primeroofingfl.com. That's primeroofingfl.com.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative, with answers to the questions I'm asked the most. Yes, we are local, and no, I'm not hiring an actor to read these commercials. Check us out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all. 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, is it time for a positive change in your career? Join the family-oriented commercial HVAC contractor at Thermal Engineers. They are hiring qualified technicians and installers. How does top pay sound? How about 401k? Full benefits. Oh, a signing bonus. All the details. Go to Thermal Engineers, Inc. Give them a call at 230-1172. They're an equal opportunity employer. Again, go to Thermal Engineers, Inc. 230-1172. Qualified technicians and installers. Talking about a commercial HVAC contractor serving Jacksonville and North Florida for over 20 years. Top pay, 401k, full bennies, and a signing bonus. Why wouldn't you check it out? Go to Thermal Engineers, Inc. or call them at 230-1172. Brenton Strange, second year with the Jaguars. Second practice today at the Miller Electric Center. I had an opportunity to catch up with them immediately after their workout. All right, day 2, Jaguars camp, Miller Electric Center, second-year tight end, Brenton Strange. How's the first couple of days gone?
It's going really good, just trying to get out there and get better every single day and try to get that chemistry with your teammates and find ways to get better. So find the things that you want to get better on. So that's the big emphasis for me and all the guys is just going out there and getting better every single day.
That's common. You want to get better first year to second. What have your discussions been like with Evan Ingram and Richard Angulo as far as being able to, get to where you want to be?
Yeah, obviously everyone has roles on the team, and Evan's the star tight end of this team. So I'm the young guy. I'm going to come in every single day, and I'm gonna soak up all the knowledge I can from him. And it's great to have someone like that on the team that I can come in and has done it and has been so productive for so long. So I just come in every single day, and like I said, I look to get better, and I do that by not only just focusing on things that I want to get better at, but looking what Evan does and seeing what he does well and trying to implement that in my game.
How different is it year 1 to year 2?
It's very different. Last year you would come out here and it's a lot, it's a little hectic for you. That's everything, starting something new. But this year, I go out there and I'm a lot more comfortable being in the offense. I know what to do. I know the details of everything, and so that helps me out a lot in my game, and especially like having chemistry with the quarterbacks and stuff like that. So that's a big thing.
How frustrating was year 1, especially that last month and a half? You lose 5 out of 6, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in early December you got that foot injury. I want to say it was a non-contact injury that happened during practice.
Yeah, it was an injury that happened in one-on-ones. I just came down wrong on my foot, and I hadn't been hurt since high school, so it was pretty tough for me, and it was what it was. God puts us through things, and it's only to make you stronger, to make you a better person. But it was really tough, but things happen, and like I said, it's only to make you stronger.
You had a big day yesterday. A couple of red zone touchdowns. Just getting involved and being a part of this offense. How encouraging is that?
It's very encouraging because I just want to show everyone on the team. I want to show the coaches, I want to show the players that I can be someone on the team that they can rely on and be a good playmaker for this team and be the best version of myself and the person that I know and the player that I know that I can be.
There's a lot of weapons on this team. Where's your role in that?
My role is whatever the coaches make my role. I'm not the one to decide that. Obviously, I come in and I put my best foot forward, and that helps me. But whatever role they put me in is whatever role that I'm comfortable at. I'm a very versatile player, and last year some people would say that I didn't have a good season, but stats-wise, I didn't have a good season. But a part of my game is that I feel like I'm a really good run blocker. I feel like I'm one of the best. I feel like I'm one of the best pass protectors. So I can provide that for a team, and I'm very versatile, and yeah.
On top of that, out here, the expectations, the fans, the media, second-round pick, you're really going to emerge in your second round. What about within the team and you in your role? Is there extra pressure on you, or is it just the way that it's supposed to be?
Yeah, a lot of people talk about pressure. I think the only pressure that really matters to me is kind of the pressure that I put on myself. I'm not really focused on what everybody else has to say. I'm focused on what goes on and within this building. I don't really look at the social media too much. and I don't care about that stuff. I care about my expectations, and trust me, if you guys have pressure for me, my pressure for myself is way, way, way higher than you could ever imagine. So I have really high expectations for myself. I know that I can be a great player, and it just comes with the work. You know, you come in and you learn every day and you work. So that's what I'm going to continue to do, and God willing, I become what I want to become.
Last one for you. I asked Antonio Johnson this yesterday, came in the same draft classes as you did. When you see Trevor and you see Josh and you see Tyson and you see these guys that were drafted here by the Jaguars get the bag the way that they did, what does that say to a young player like you?
It's very encouraging. I was just talking to Tyson the other day and just asking him how it feels. Like, something we dream of as kids. Like, we come up, and obviously getting drafted is an amazing feeling, but for me, something that I've always looked forward is that second contract and being able to set my family and myself up for generations and the rest of my life. So it's very encouraging, and it shows that they draft guys that they have a lot of belief in. So that's something that I definitely will work forward to, and that's something that I look forward to. I just got to keep putting in the work and put some work out there, and everything will happen like it's supposed to happen.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
That's Brenton Strange, second-year tight end out of Penn State. Of course, he was a second-round draft selection, pick number 61 overall. And I remember when they got him, I watch a little bit of Penn State. I'll be honest, if they're playing a heavy, if they're playing Michigan or Ohio State or something like that, maybe even a Michigan State, I'll watch them. It's not always appointment viewing for me. But I was under the impression that Brenton Strange was a, receiving tight end. And that is where he was going to, really make his bones. He caught, 32 balls in 2022, caught 20 in 2021. But I wasn't aware that he is a good blocking tight end. And I don't have Pro Football Focus's grades with me here. And obviously he's behind Luke Farrell. Luke Farrell, for what it's worth, had a fumble today in the red zone. The Jaguars have had 6 turnovers in 2 days in the red zone. But Luke's in the final year of his deal. Evan Ingram is a tight end, but he's a makeshift tight end that's probably going to lead the Jaguars in receptions, right? I mean, some may argue Christian Kirk. I think it'll end up being Ingram when it's all said and done. That becomes a huge question. Do we see a coming out party by Brenton Strange in year 2? This guy caught 5 balls. He only had 9 targets, 35 yards. I think we all remember the touchdown that happened here. He's got talent. He does. And, I was kind of kidding yesterday. I think there are Jag fans that have really given up on him and certainly given up on Tank. I put out a viral today of them kind of running through some netting, getting your feet up, and it was ETN. And by the time I hit the video, ETN actually tripped on it early on, but at the time I ran the video, he went through the gauntlet, if you will, successfully. Then Tank went in, he tripped, and got a couple of, it's never going to work for Tank, never going to work. It is. It's far too premature to give up on these guys before they're rolling into their second season. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Brenton Strange is going to be a Hall of Famer. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, Brenton Strange is going to catch 50 footballs this year. And if he does, we know why, and I'm not going to say it. But it's pretty obvious that other guys won't be on the field. He's going to have to earn his way into this offense. He did catch 2 red zone touchdowns yesterday. Hey, during Wednesday's show, I came in here gleefully. I was talking about, they did this right, they did that right, they did this right. A lot of people like, man, you just being too net. Well, if they practice well tomorrow, I'll be happy again. I'll be chippy. I can't apologize for being honest. It's the way that I've always been. And yesterday was a good work day for Brenton Strange. And they actually accomplished some things in that red zone offense. Trevor had the pick with Ronald Darby. There were actually 3 interceptions yesterday. Mac had one, Mac Jones had one, and C.J. Beathard had one. So today wasn't nearly as good. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens here with Brenton Strange. You got to believe his snap count's going to come up. I still think in a pinch, Luke Farrell is your run blocking tight end. And we really don't talk about run blocking at the tight end all that much. Maybe outside of week 1, when you didn't have the tight end on that side and you really didn't have any chipping that was going along with the rookie and Anton Harrison in a game against Kansas City where you had arguably the best defensive player on the planet. And Chris Jones, you think you provide a rookie help in that early in his career, and they didn't, and we saw what happened. But it's going to be an intriguing year. It is. I think there's a real chance. I am higher on Tank than I am on Strange because I think it's a numbers game for Strange. Ingram's in when they're passing. Ingram's in all the time. When you're running the football, that's Luke Farrell's responsibility. But they let Chris Manhertz go, a year ago, and they went out and drafted this guy. He's got a little bit of pressure on him. You being a second-round draft pick, it's time to live up to that advanced billing. One other thing I want to add today, during 11 on 11, they also did some midfield. Most of it was red zone, but there was a little bit of midfield today, so they changed some things around. I was talking to Dave Campo about this as I watched I watched all of the team work today with Dave Campo, who's just, I wish I could relay what he tells me, but again, out of respect for the Jaguars scheme-wise, I just kind of stash it up in my brain somewhere, and I'll certainly get to it once things have been announced formally. Have been announced. But this red zone defense now is absolutely ahead of the red zone offense. So, yes, I gave you my opinion on Trevor and what he did today. The other side is, well, let me stop myself right there. Again, you got to get rid of those footballs. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Ryan Nielsen and his defense, he's a rock star, and it's so great that he's the one. He's done some other really nice things. To me, the secondary, in my opinion, the secondary 2 days in has been the best part of training camp. And that includes Ryan Nielsen. That absolutely includes Chris Richard, okay, who's been in this league forever, right? And Chris Richard, success in New Orleans. Chris Richard during red zone drills is right back by the goalpost. He's behind everything. And apparently, listening to Ryan Nielsen, I wasn't at the presser this morning, but I listened to it before the show, that is one of his fortes, his ability to see how to run things in a red zone. Corey Robinson as well, there with the secondary members. To me, and it's so early, okay, I may not feel this way after practice number 7 or after practice number 10. But 2 practices in, the best group so far, in my opinion, is absolutely the secondary. They've done some really nice things. And we've seen a couple of changes. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, expect this, expect that, expect this guy to do this position, expect that guy to do that position. I'm just not going to do it. And I think it's safe to say that they're not going to show everything, right? That's going to be when there's no media accessibility. And a lot of that's going to be with their walkthrough. If for those of you who have never been inside the Miller Electric Center, remember I got a tour. My buddy Ed Witt and some others brought me through the tour, top to bottom. I mean, I think a lot of people just think you got the 2 outside fields, you got the 1 inside field. You're not really aware of what is inside that facility. It is absolutely incredible. And they have a life-size walkthrough room. All right? Meaning, and walkthroughs are so big in the NFL, right? And they're big in college football, whether you're doing it at the team hotel on the road on a Saturday night or a Friday night or whatever it is. I mean, that's the learning. That's the understanding of what your opponent's going to do and how you stop them, or how your opponent plays defense and how you beat them on that side. I want to make sure we hit this break on time. Do I got to get out of this? Yeah, let me get out of this. You know, I want to, but I want to talk about this to begin the 7 o'clock hour, because I want to spend a couple of minutes on this room just so you understand, technically speaking, the equipment that your Jaguars have. If you haven't heard me talk about this, it's going to blow you away. We'll begin the 7 o'clock hour with that.
Where winning begins.
Gentlemen, if you keep playing like this, I promise you, you will leave this field winners. Get in there!
1010XL.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
It's time to fire up your grills, shoot off some fireworks, and launch one of the biggest sales in the history of the United States. It's our Independence Sale happening right now at Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet. Whether you drive a car, a truck, or an EV, everyone is welcome to celebrate our Independence Sale with the lowest prices, largest inventory, and the most love for our country. Come celebrate with Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. You don't want to miss this.
Ballou for Shinatri Chiropractic. They've helped me get rid of my headaches and pain in my neck and back. Are you suffering from an auto accident? What about TMJ pain? Headaches associated with jaw clenching, grinding of the teeth, or stress-related disorders? Shinatri Chiropractic has a physical therapist on staff for rehabilitation, quality chiropractic care, dry needling, massage, and acupuncture. Call 743-6700 or go to ShinatriDC.com.
Are you tired of having a plain and boring backyard? Really want to impress your family and friends this year? Then stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway. Imagine hosting guests at your new outdoor kitchen, relaxing by your custom-built fireplace under a brand new pergola. Stone Core can also remodel your old pool deck and beautiful new pavers. Make your backyard wishes a reality. Visit Stone Core on Phillips Highway and let's get started at stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Looking to elevate your game night experience? Look no further than Best Bet. We're not just a card room, we're your destination for excitement, fun, and big wins. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, we have something for everyone. Join us at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine for thrilling tournaments, exciting promotions, and a vibrant atmosphere that will take your game night to the next level. Elevate your game night at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
The saying goes, the grass is greener on the other side. Well, that is actually true if your neighbor installed artificial turf. Lauren Brooks here from my friends at Sunshine Turf, a family-owned local company that will take your backyard dreams and turn them into a reality. Caleb can design anything from putting greens to pet runs, and if you have a pool, you'll definitely love maintenance-free turf around it. Visit sunshineturf.info to get a free quote today from Sunshine Turf. That's sunshineturf.info.
There's certain places you know if you go in, they got what you're looking for, like Gate Convenience Stores and Cold Modelo's. That's the ticket. Or get on the craft side of things with something from Bold City or Sweetwater. Hit the cooler at Gate, full of choices and all of them good.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Prime Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Prime Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Prime Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 904-902-8222. 904-902-8222. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 904-902-8222.
Catch all the interviews and analysis of this year's ACC kickoff.
Sold out crowd, Doak Campbell Stadium.
Coverage on 1010XL is brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters, Local Union 234, and Salvatore's Pizza at Tapestry Park.
The following people are under the influence of no air conditioning.
Oh, man.
Is it ever hot? I can't get up. My legs are stuck to the chair.
Can guys go through menopause?
Why?
I think I'm having a hot flash.
Don't let no AC happen to you. Call Duck Duck Air Conditioning, available 24 hours a day, and they'll fix it right the first time. When your AC system needs a repair, it's time to call Duck Duck Air, 904-862-6769, or online at duckduckac.com. Duck Duck Air Conditioning, a division of Duck Duck Rooter.
After consulting with several orthopedic specialists about my constant knee pain, I chose Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and Dr. Chris Swanson to handle my surgery. Their professionalism let me know this team was the one for me. The surgery was very successful, and if I ever have a future need, I'll continue to trust Southeast Orthopedic Specialists to take care of me.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-50.
They haven't announced anything on Roy Robertson Harris. I'll just leave that there. The pup list, Eric Armstead, have watched him work the last couple of days. Doug Peterson had an awful lot to say about him yesterday, and it was really very positive about where he's at and where he believes he'll be. That's basically it. You got the rookie running back, Keelan Robinson, who's got a toe, but I've seen him. I mean, he said he'd be limited. I've seen him all over the place. So he is absolutely active. And one other guy's been slowed. It was a late addition on that offensive line, Stephen Jones, the rookie out of Oregon. So, that's it so far. And all you got to do is look at ESPN or wherever you go for your information. You're seeing that guys around the NFL and camp are already going down. And that's always the biggest storyline. Can you stay healthy? So for a second consecutive day, they have practiced in only helmets, shorts, and a jersey. That'll be the case tomorrow. Saturday, the understanding is it'll be shells. So, you can have a helmet on, you can have some shoulder pads on, and then I believe it's next Tuesday where you're finally going to get full pads on. The NFL's rule is you got to have, at least the 5 days go by until you put pads on, collectively bargained along with the National Football League Players Association. Real quick, let me go back to the Miller Electric Center. Their walkthrough room, I mean, just the whole building, the analytics part, the laundry room, okay, the kitchen, their scouting, their offices. There's a golf simulator in there. There's the players' lounge, if you will, or relaxation, if you will. They're, those cool chambers and all the rehabilitation. It's the greatest facility in sports. Okay, it is. Now they get this walkthrough room, and it's life size. So what I mean by this is you got a huge wall, a white wall, and you are going to be able to now put your opponent up there. And if you're on offense, you can look at the entire 11 guys on defense. And people have been doing this forever on, putting it on the, just regular film board or whatever, a projector or a television set, and doing things along those lines where, you can kind of classroom work be able to do that. But when you do a walkthrough, it's usually, you take 11 guys that are backups or whatever, and you put them on the other side, and they go through their assignment, and you do it with them. Well, that's not the case now at the Miller Electric Center, where you got the life-size video of the defense if you're on offense, or the offense if you're on defense, where you can see exactly what they do. Just imagine being on defense, and you can see offensively, the quarterback coming up to the line of scrimmage, dropping back into the shotgun, yelling, man in motion, right? Maybe you have a guy in the backfield. All of a sudden he comes up and they had a fourth wide receiver, an obvious passing situation, and you're in nickel, whatever it may be. So while you're watching them go through their motion and change what they're going to do before the ball is snapped, it gives your 11 defensive guys the ability to change with them. Out of everything that I saw, I think that shocked me more than anything. And unfortunately, I'm sure that it's such a copycat league that before you know it, everyone's going to have this. But what an unbelievable tool. Shad Khan has spent the money. This football team, there's not a rock that they did not look under. They have poured every possible resource that they can to try to make this a winning organization. No doubt about it. Let me see this real quick. Ballou, 8397. You all literally expect Trevor to be perfect. No mistakes tolerated whatsoever. Your minds are already made up that you don't like him, and you spew it at every chance you get. Crazy how much hate he gets from you. Everyone throws picks, bad ones too. Okay. Congratulations, 8397. You are the first person who has ever told me that I hate Trevor Lawrence. You are the first person who's ever told me that I take advantage of any opportunity to destroy him. Let me tell you right now, you could not be more wrong. And this is an open invitation at 641-1010 on our text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, that if you agree with him and I'm that way, bring it to me right now. Because this is the first that I have ever heard of that. I rave about Trevor Lawrence. Personally, professionally. I don't like the mistakes he makes. I wouldn't have paid him yet. It doesn't mean I don't like him. Okay, this isn't a Florida State Clemson thing. I absolutely like Trevor Lawrence. Okay, and I want him to be great, and I want him to win because I want this city to smile. I mean, it's amazing. And again, it doesn't matter what I say. It matters what you hear. But I know it's not the case because you're the first person to ever describe that to me that way. Anyway, if you want to get in on it, absolutely, you can. The best way to do it is 641-1010. And that is on our text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Just getting a ton in on that. 2835 says, Trevor will always try to make the play via the run or pass, sometimes to the team's detriment. That's what we got in addition to his talent. That's a more accurate statement, in my opinion. Yes. And how do you teach that? Did Brett Favre ever learn? Lord Favre is one of the great quarterbacks ever, but the frustration that he created with his coaches because he consistently threw in the double coverage. They stayed with him because they felt that he would bail them out at times. And the guy won MVPs. The guy's won a Super Bowl. What's the biggest problem that Jameis Winston ever had? Tons of ability. Jameis did it in college, and he did it in the NFL. He could not stop throwing into double coverage. He could not stop making those type of mistakes. And it'll lead to an early exit out of the league if you're not able to fix that. And unfortunately for Jameis, I know he's a backup, but that has really been his biggest problem so far. 2187, hey, I agree with you guys on Trevor. I'm just glad it wasn't on Sunday. Okay. Some of this stuff I'm not going to read. I'm just not going to do. You guys try to sneak things, and you force me to stack pads, even though it's not even hockey season, which, they're like a couple weeks away from training camp in the NHL. 60-41 Blue. Eventually, everybody will figure out Trevor is just a good quarterback, not a generational one, once he plays with the big boys. See, my instant reaction to that is I want to say, I hope you're wrong. But the key word in that sentence is hope. And by the way, when I say I hope you're wrong, I don't know how that defines hate. If there was hate, wouldn't I be like, oh, yeah, you're straight up here on this. You're right, 60-41. Yeah, he's never going to make it. I don't believe that. I believe he's got a chance. Now, I do believe as well that my confidence level went down percentage-wise quite a bit from this day in 2023 to this day in 2024 because of what I witnessed last year. Right? I mean, last year at this time, I was talking about signing him in March of 2024. Get it ahead of the curve for forever. And JJ, I mean, we talked about that forever. But then because of the season that he had, I was like, whoa. Let's pull back on that just a little bit. Anyway. I don't like, the positive stuff. I'm, not on Trevor, on me. You already read that, but that was a funny one. We got some pretty good 72-25. Put Ballou in the coaching staff immediately. I like it. I like it an awful lot. Let's see. We getting any hates in here? That's 1729 says you do hate Trevor. That's it. It's the second practice. The reason it's called practice relax 3077. All right, sure. I'm sure many members of the media did just that. Relax, laid back. I didn't. And not to be redundant, I have not, because it unfortunately supported my biggest problem with what he's done. 5080 says, Ballou, Trevor, it is a hashtag. Trevor says your take won't age well. Perfect. How many times have I said that this offensive line, which is the biggest problem on this team, how much would I love it if this offensive line showed up with mud in their teeth and really manned up in 2024? And dare I say that on 3rd and 1, they could run the ball and pick up a first down? And that you helped out Trevor Lawrence by making them a balanced attack? What's the best way to help out your quarterback? Run the football, right? Told you I'm high on Tank this year. Man, I got a good look at ETN today. He looks like he's put on even more weight in his lower body. He is massive. I'm not saying he's headed towards Robert Newhouse territory. Look it up, kids. Or Earl Campbell territory. But his legs, his posterior, it's grown. All right, it is muscle. He is. At Clemson, I always kind of looked at him as like an elusive back, right? He led the NFL last year. As bad as the Jaguars' offensive line was, Travis Etienne led the NFL in contact after tackles. Unfortunately, he also led the NFL in being stopped at the line of scrimmage, or behind the line of scrimmage. And that's not his fault. That's the offensive line's fault. But, yeah, best way to help Trevor Lawrence? Run the ball. Where's your faith there? That's the problem, okay? If you can't run the ball and you're asking this guy to throw the ball 38, 40 times a game, defenses are going to lick their chops. And especially he's got this. It's part of his game. And there's a large part of me that is more concerned about Trevor Lawrence fumbling the football than I am throwing the interceptions. Remember, I don't know, it was a month or so ago, JJ, you and I went through touchdowns, interceptions, and yardage. I think you and I agreed on touchdowns, the over, yardage, the over. I want to say you took the under on the interceptions, and I took the over. You remember that? I think it was 12 and a half.
It was 12, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I expect him to throw some interceptions. What I don't expect him to do, again, obviously some people didn't listen to the show yesterday because he threw a pick yesterday to Ronald Darby, and I was fine with it. Everyone throws interceptions. I get it. But today's interceptions can't happen. You can't throw the ball. Evan Ingram was covered. Tyson Campbell had Gabe Davis covered. You don't throw the ball. Trevor's going to throw interceptions this year. I'm not going to come in here every Monday if he throws 2 or 3 picks and say he can't play. Everyone throws interceptions. But when you throw bad interceptions, take the 3. Right? All right, much more to do. Let's grab more of your comments. 641-1010. Best way to get in. We had a no-hitter today in Major League Baseball.
We did.
Right? Clayton Kershaw, first start of the year, went 4, allowed 2. That game's actually tied up, so he wouldn't have been eligible for the win anyway. And things are really heating up. We've only got a couple of days left for the Major League Baseball trade deadline. Why am I under the belief that this is going to be one of the least, as far as transactions, because there's 23 teams that are within 5 games.
Yeah, adding that new wild card a couple years ago really made a lot of crappy teams still eligible for the playoffs this time of year. So there's really like a handful of teams, like, the A's, the White Sox. I even heard the Tigers maybe. But, yeah, there's most of these teams are hanging around 500, which means you still have a shot at the playoffs, which means you're probably still not selling right now. But the White Sox and the A's I would watch out for. They might get rid of everybody.
Andrew Benintendi hitting 199. He's got
Sounds like a Brave.
He's got an opportunity to put together the lowest WAR in the history of Major League Baseball. I read about that the other day.
Former Red Sox legend.
Oh, wait a minute. Something happened last night that I almost text you about. Okay? It was a blockbuster moment in the very young career of Bobby Witt Jr.
Oh, our favorite.
It happened last night. Bobby Witt only went 3 for 4 last night. Okay?
Did he walk?
He's now hitting 344 on the season, but he picked up his 100th career walk. Okay? So going into tonight's game, Bobby Witt has 1,642 at-bats and only 100 walks. It's one of the greatest statistics in the history of Major League Baseball. It's kind of like Kyle.
The MVP.
Remember Kyle Schwarber last year hitting under 200 with
like 40 homers?
Yeah. I mean, it's just astonishing to me. 30 as a rookie, 40 last year. He's got 30 this year. 100 career walks and nearly 650 career at-bats. All right, let's get back to the Jaguars on the other side. Getting a ton of comments from you tonight. I'm not going to be able to answer all of them because there's just so many. But it is appreciated. Let us know how you feel. 641-1010. That is the best way to do it on our text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
Now, another classic moment in Jags history.
There he goes, Jimmy Smith. No flags. Touchdown, Jacksonville. 70 yards.
1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation. Light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
Hey, Jacksonville Koozies, it's me, Soccer Sam, for Salvatore's Pizza. Rochester, New York's favorite pizza is now open in Jacksonville, Florida, Tapestry Park at the Loft Hotel Plaza. Daily $10 deals, dine in with beer and wine, and delivery at salvatores.com. The famous Formoso family brings Salvatore's Pizza, Rochester's favorite pizza, including our 32-piece sheet pizza for your next event. Go with me, baby. Salvatores.com.
This is Hayes Carline for SkyLife Elite. Are you tired of canceled flights, unruly passengers, and layovers? Call my friends at SkyLife Elite. Consider using private charter flights for your next adventure. Yes, you can afford it. Make your own schedule. Fly direct. Drive your car to Craig Airport and get directly on the plane. SkyLife Elite can make that happen. Call 490-9332. Go to flyskylife.com and find them on social media. Fly SkyLife Elite, North Florida's premier private air charter.
It's the Sporting Jacks Soccer Hour. Join Cole Pepper, Mauricio Ruiz, and Becky Burley as they discuss the latest in the world of soccer, including Sporting Jacks bringing pro men's and women's soccer to Jacksonville. Mondays at 6 on 1010 a.m.
If you're an experienced, skilled plumber or welder that's MedGas certified and you're tired of working for a company that just doesn't treat you right, Local 234 is the place for you. Their pay is the best in the business. You'll walk away with $35.09 an hour in your pocket. With benefits, that's just over $50 an hour. Local 234 has been around since 1901, and that means something. Visit UA234.com to send your resume. Local 234. Make the right connection.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We can get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we can take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Mia here, and we've all been there before. A weekend trip to the casino? Canceled because real life came calling. MyBookie's new and improved online casino is here to change the game. Dive into a truly realistic casino experience featuring the latest in slots, progressive jackpots, and live dealer action, all from the comfort of your own home. The live casino is so easy to use. Just go to MyBookie and click Live Casino at the top. You'll find live dealers ready to deal or spin just like you're at the casino. The MyBookie Casino provides a Las Vegas experience when the action's in the palm of your hands and you don't even need to wear pants. Start at MyBookie today with a generous sign-up bonus using promo code 1010XL. A revamped loyalty program ensures a host of exclusive VIP perks. Sign up and hit the casino with promo code 1010XL. The more you play, the more you win, only with MyBookie.
Make sure your roof is ready for the next Florida storm by scheduling a free roof inspection with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to $1,250 on your roof replacement, plus flexible financing up to 15 years. Offer expires July 31st. Restrictions apply. Call 1-855-ROOF-HELP or click universalroof.com.
License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
The Hometown for Heroes Home Buyers Program helps you get your down payment and closing costs paid. Call to learn more. 574-7180.
City Rescue Mission has been providing food, clothing, and love for over 70 years to the homeless in Jacksonville. If someone you know is struggling, City Rescue Mission is here to help. Learn more about the City Rescue Mission at crmjax.org.
If you know someone with cancer and no insurance, call the U.S. Uninsured Helpline at 800-234-1317.
The Creeks Athletic Association in St. Johns County offers a variety of sports for children 5 to 18. Learn how to get your child involved at caaleague.org.
Builders Care is looking for volunteers, and there are so many ways you can help. Find out how at builderscare.org.
If you're involved in a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, find out how at 1010XL.com. 1010XL is presented by Barra & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we're talking about practice. Not a game. We're talking about practice. Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Not good enough for me. Run it again. Run it. AI. Is it AI or IA?
That was hilarious.
All right. You know what I just thought of as I was walking down the hall? The best way for me to describe it is this. I don't mind. I don't want it to happen. But I don't mind if Trevor Lawrence throws interceptions. What I do mind is that he throws the interceptions he threw today. You can listen to yesterday's show. It's on demand. How do you get on demand? Just go to 1010XL.com.
Or YouTube.
Okay.
SoundCloud. Any of those.
Ronald Darby picked him off. I don't know. I don't think I was. I may have dropped that that can't happen. I may have. And then I moved on. Okay. But I don't think I did. Okay, and the point was is certainly I wasn't ruffled by it because everyone throws picks. And he still should have thrown the ball. Darby just exploded on the play and picked it off yesterday. I don't have a problem with it. Today, I absolutely do. And again, JJ and I went through yardage, touchdowns, and picks. JJ and I agreed on the over on touchdowns, the over on yardage, and he and I disagreed. I think he's going to throw more than 12 picks. I just hope they're legitimate picks. These defensive players make great plays. Sometimes guys run the wrong routes. But throwing the ball like he did today, no. Ventrell Miller had a good day. We talked about Caleb Johnson yesterday. I've been real high on Ventrell Miller. It's interesting. When I mention him, Gators kind of issue me a drug test. And I have to remind them that it is a drug requirement to work here, at least at night. I like Ventrell Miller. I think he's a good football player. I watched him make play after play after play at Florida, and he did a really nice job today in coverage against Luke Farrell, flying around the football in what looked like run support, albeit no pads. But he's playing well. Caleb Johnson is playing well. The back end of this roster, especially on defense, can be very competitive. I tell you what else looked good today. DeAndre Prince, okay, he did allow a touchdown on very good coverage to Devin Duvernay, all right? I think it was C.J. Beathard who found this. Duvernay showed me a little something today because I've always been under the impression that he's probably the fifth wide receiver, that, you know, his responsibility is going to be as a punt returner, and now with 2 kick returners, he's really going to factor in there, probably with Keelan Robinson. But Duvernay showed some quicks today. Still, really good coverage by DeAndre Prince. And, you know, I haven't gone through a 53 yet, but there's been some reporters in town that have given you their projection. And depending on who you look at and who you've read, it's really a toss of the coin as to whether or not Prince is going to make this roster or not. I was with Gary Smits when this happened the Florida Times. You know, man, he looked really good in a couple of reps in run support. Really, really good. And despite allowing that TD, I thought he looked pretty good in coverage there as well. So, yeah, a couple of good things there on the defensive side. We don't have that. I was going to play it with Josh. I asked Josh Allen a question about Bill Shuey today, and I thought it was a really good answer. It's actually cut up quite a bit. It was pretty long-winded, but
I have it.
I think it's an abbreviated answer, but let's play it.
Yeah, I have it.
Let's get to it. Here's Josh Allen.
This is actually, you're talking about in your interview or from the podium today?
Yes.
Yes, I have it right here.
Josh Hines Allen.
Yes, of course.
On Bill Shuey.
Just having that trust with him is like, you know, we're not learning nothing. Like, we're learning a new defense, but I know how to talk to Coach Shuey. I know the questions I can ask him. I know when to work, when not to work. He understands us. He loves us. He treats us well. Hell, it's hot as hell outside. And, you know, he has moments in the day where, all right, guys, you know, get your breath back. A lot of people don't got that, you know, so love my dog.
Love my dog, yeah. Hey, man, the quote that I talked about at the beginning part of the program today from Ryan Nielsen that said, and I quote, "Players, they don't care what you know until they know how much you care." I thought it was really deep. And for the most part, that entire defensive staff was blown out, not Bill Shuey. And Bill Shuey is now going to be asked to do different things with Trayvon Walker and with Josh Hines Allen. That's why I asked him that question. He's the mainstay, and obviously it's for that reason. He's done some really good things with those 2 players ever since he came over here from Chicago. And now Bill Shuey gets, you know, Travis Gibson. And when I sat down with Bill Shuey, whenever that was a couple of months ago, he was very encouraged about Shuey. I wish I could get into Yasir Abdullah a little bit as far as the way that they're using him. Again, I know I mentioned this a couple of times a show during camp, but out of respect for the Jaguars, I'm not going to divulge that information. Maybe I can get something out of him tomorrow because I'm going to speak with him after practice on Friday. Yasir Abdullah, and then Parker Washington after practice on Saturday. So that's what's coming up the next couple of days. The Jaguars did extend their practice time today as well. They added 2 more periods, so I think it went another 30 minutes today. And more 11 on 11, including a lot on the red zone. As I said earlier, they did some midfield work today for the first time in team activity. All right, let's, when we come back, Rafael Esparza, we're going to go live to Las Vegas. Has anything happened in our country that we need to ask Rafael about?
Besides Trevor's interception, a lot has happened since we've talked to him. Oh, my God.
Maybe Rafael Esparza has a number on how many preseason picks Trevor Lawrence will have at the Miller Electric Center. Rafael Esparza told us, and again, he's told us this now several times because I made him go back and retell the story. For those of you who do not know, and I'm still shocked by this, presidential elections are 10 times more bet on than any sporting event, including the Super Bowl. I still have a tough time believing that. Okay, I think there's so much, regardless of which way you go, about just winning the election that people really bet on it. I mean, and there's been a ton of changes, as we know. So let's get the very latest right up here tonight. How do things look with President Trump? How do things look with Vice President Harris? Let's get the very latest numbers, among other things, with our good friend from Las Vegas. He is Rafael Esparza with MyBookie.
There's a new one-stop shop for all things Gators. Subscribe to the 1010XL Gators YouTube channel. Up-to-the-minute updates, instant reaction from Gainesville, plus the same 1010XL Gators podcast you've grown to know. And check out 1010XL Gators on YouTube.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
At Garber Auto Mall, we can wiggle it. Best price, we can wiggle it. Best trade value, we can wiggle it. Best payment, we can wiggle it. Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. With 8 American brands, we can wiggle it. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or online at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
The Reggie Hunt Memorial Golf Classic fundraiser golf tournament is Friday, October 25th at Amelia River Golf Club. All proceeds support Big Brothers Big Sisters. Register at the Big Brothers Big Sisters events page.
Pross, I'm thinking about changing my name.
Again? You're already the media mogul, the straw that stirs the drink, the Duke of Pablo Bay. Now what?
Refer to me as Dreamfinders Danny Hicken.
What in the blazes? Is this a cash grab?
No, it's just that I believe so much in Dreamfinders Homes. 20 locations in Northeast Florida, official home builder of Jags and Gators. Great opportunity for first-time homeowners.
All right. Dreamfinders Danny it is.
Did I mention the lowest interest rates you can find? Visit dreamfindershomes.com. Now let Dreamfinders Danny celebrate through the majesty of song. Dreamfinders, I believe they will build your home just right.
I-9 Sports wants to make sure kids all over the First Coast can enjoy growing up on a field or in a gym. And right now, fall and winter registration is open. Find out what I-9 Sports offers across Duval, Clay, and St. John's. I9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount.
We will be perfect.
Training camp.
You drop a pass, you run a mile.
Nobody covers camp like 1010XL. Get daily training camp coverage brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing and Kingfish Pest Control.
Perfection
on 1010XL.
The 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris feature incredible athletes and is the third time the Olympics will be held in Paris. If you're planning to attend, USAPark.net Airport Parking salutes your support of our American athletes. So no matter where you're going, whether you're traveling to the Olympics to support our athletes or just visiting Grandma, remember to park at USAPark.net.
1010XL breaks down training camp all day. Listen for camp news with analysis and insight from the practice feed.
Everything counts!
1010XL's training camp coverage is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing and Kingfish Pest Control.
Brackish Vodka, the official vodka of UNF Athletics, 100% made in Jacksonville, is available at all local liquor stores. Visit Browdy's, Total Wine, ABC, Shores, Golden, Sahara's, Golden Ox, and more. Drink our gluten-free San Francisco Spirit award-winning vodka and see why it's the smoothest vodka you can buy. When you drink Brackish Vodka, you support all of our local employees and all the money stays in Jacksonville. Drink Brackish Vodka and live life slightly salty. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
When it comes to towing products, your safety on the road is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Whether it's a heavy-duty tow hitch, trailer frame, wiring, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com to explore a range of products and schedule your installation. Cannons of Jacksonville, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
former Jaguars corner and first-year head football coach at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows, K-12. Aaron Beasley here. Are you looking for an A-rated K-12 school prioritizing academics, arts, and athletics? Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows offers a rigorous curriculum to develop strong minds with an additional focus on growing good hearts. DCSB has been an A school for 8 years, and our tuition is free. Now enrolling. Apply at baymeadowscharter.org.
Are there more men than women on the earth? The answer next.
With storm season blowing wind and rain, it's even more critical to protect your valuable assets with a policy from Southern Oak Insurance. Ask your agent about Southern Oak today.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
For every 100 girls born, 106 boys are born. But men have a higher risk of dying than females.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Are you a meat lover searching for quality cuts? Southern Steer Butcher uses a vacuum tumbler to marinate and tenderize our chicken and world-famous steak tips.
Now open in Ortega. For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
This is your Mad Dad's Update with Chapter President Donald Ford. In our effort to curb crime, drugs, and violence during the summer months, we are offering Friday Night Lights. It has already started and will be going until school starts back. It is every Friday night from 6:30 to 9:30 at the Blacktop, 5732 Normandy Boulevard, and behind the Potter's House Christian Academy. We manage 3 basketball courts. You are not running on the cement. We have covering on each court. The Lakers, the Magic, and the Heat. Ages 15 to 40 years old. This will give them something to do other than selling drugs and getting into trouble. We have monitors there giving leadership. We have to wake up, stand up, and speak up. Hit me on Facebook and tell me what you think. Or MattDadJacksonville.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it.
Vegas, baby, Vegas! Oh, my goodness. What a time of year. My daughter yesterday was in Paris telling us about the USA, France. Actually, we talked to her today after there was a lot of people from the States there. She said, yeah. She said the Irish were the loudest. I felt like saying like your mother, right? Not like your dad. Rafael Esparza, live from Las Vegas. He is with mybookie.org. I don't know what to make out of the Summer Olympics. Are a lot of people going to the window?
Yes and no. I mean, I think once basketball starts, gymnastics, swimming, track and field. I mean, we had a little action on women's soccer today, but they were such a heavy favorite. Had some action, good action on France today in women's. But I think once the bigger events start happening, we'll see more. But here, it's funny how I'll talk to people over across the pond. They're getting tons of action. Ireland, tons of action. Here, we're all pumped because of football spring training. It drives me crazy where we want to talk about spring training practice July 25th when we get the Olympics going on.
Hey, in this town, we've done.
I know.
I know. No, you're wrong. In this town, we've done an hour and 45 minutes of Olympics. I'm going to mention the Jaguars after I hang up with you.
Oh, okay, well, thank you. I'll take that back. I apologize for all the listeners.
Yeah, but are people doing totals now in the NFL? I mean, don't you want to wait and see who stays healthy through the preseason?
We can we'll put totals up as quickly as possible, and they're betting it. It's just, I cannot believe how people just jones in for action. I mean, for us, we send emails out and newsletters out just because we're heavy on 49er NFC action, and we'll put a newsletter together. Brandon Ayuk and Williams are still not signed just because we're trying to get more NFC action besides the 49ers because they're just jonesing for football knowledge, football bets, football anything, which I said, again, it's July 25th. We don't know who's going to get hurt. We still have preseason games to go. We still have someone can blow a hammy at practice. There's a lot of stuff that still happen before week 1 kickoff.
Everything I've seen on the Jaguars, their numbers about 8.5.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's pretty stagnant. Not much overaction, not much underaction. It's a good number. I think that's why we're not seeing that much action.
All right. Final thought there. Do people start wagering on the first NFL coach to be fired?
Yes, does. I take that back. They're actually betting more college football head coach being fired before the NFL football coach, because there's a lot of people on the hot seat. Guy from Ohio State, USC, football. I mean, there's a lot of big names.
Billy Napier.
Napier. Well, he's the favorite. Napier's the favorite. But if you're Ohio State and you lose to Michigan again, or you don't win at all, Day's no longer there. He will be gone. So, but Napier is the favorite. But more action on college football than pro football.
Rafael Esparza, our guest, joins us each and every Thursday. He's joining us live from Las Vegas with MyBookie at mybookie.org. All right, take us through the last 2 weeks. The assassination attempt of President Donald Trump, then that followed by everyone in the Democratic Party wanting President Biden out. Now he's officially announced that he is out, and the endorsements are coming in, including from him on Vice President Harris. How has the line moved on these two candidates over the last 2 weeks?
First of all, I cannot wait till November 3rd. Or probably at least November 5th, because I don't think we'll have a 100% for sure winner after the election is over, just like we saw last 4 years. It's been crazy. I mean, the assassination, I believe there's something fishy to that. Both sides, it would not shock me if there's something fishy. Red side trying to do something to boost his ratings and boost his voters. Blue side trying to take him out, or whatever you want to call it. Both sides, I think, is something fishy. And then when Joe Biden announced that it was Sunday, I'm getting all ready to do some more Olympics research, getting some breakdancing odds, getting ready to do a lot of fun stuff for Olympics. And then Joe Biden backs out. So then my world got turned upside down again. I mean, Trump was a -$3, some places $4 favorite before Biden jumped by a bit out. Now he's maybe -180. I've seen as low as -175 in some shops. It would not be shocking if his number continues to go down. I've heard multiple sources from the Republican side told me if they know Kamala Harris was going to be the runner, he wouldn't have picked J.D. Vance. I think if Kamala Harris picks the governor of Arizona, Kelly, the former astronaut, Mark Kelly, if he picks her, I think a lot of boost ratings go there. That means maybe Arizona will turn red again, which that's a big key state. So there's a lot of stuff cards being under Josh Shapiro, Pennsylvania. If she picks him, that means Pennsylvania will go blue. So there's a lot of stuff that's on the table. So thank you, Joe Biden, for buying out, because now it's, like I said, is it November 5th yet? That's all I'm waiting for.
All right, so right now it's Trump 180, Trump -180, Trump -175. What is it right now for Harris?
Anywhere between +140. It's funny because you're getting a lot of different numbers, because that just tells you how badly you need a Democrat money. I see as high as +150. I've seen as low as +135. We have it at +150 right now. Any other party is 40 to 1, because I had to put that on there because everyone kept on asking me, what about Michelle Obama? What about The Rock? What about Mark Cuban? Because nothing is set in stone right now for maybe a third party, RFK. I like RFK to get over 10% popular vote now that Biden has jumped out. Everyone was betting a no. I would not be shocked if he gets a little boost on the popular vote. Yeah, that was going to be my next question. I know we're about a month away from the Democratic convention, but, could a third party be announced? I don't think so. I think Harris, and like I said, I think if she was really smart, I think Kelly and Shapiro are going to be her vice president. I think if she does get one of those two, then I think besides RFK, I think everyone else, like everyone says, what's Manchin going to do? Could he run separate? I don't think so. I think if Kelly or Shapiro as your VP, I think we're just going to have a two-team race and then plus RFK. All right. Well, these numbers moving then, obviously a lot of people have already wagered on this. I mean, wouldn't your recommendation be to wait until right before it occurs? I would say yes, but I probably must have received anywhere between over 100 text messages, emails, and phone calls wanting to know if they can get a refund because they bet Trump going against Biden at -$3, and now they should get a refund because Biden's no longer in the race. Well, that's it. What do you think the New York Jets football players all wanted refunds when they bet the Jets to win the Super Bowl and Aaron Rodgers did 4 football snaps, and 1 snap of his Achilles? No, you placed your wager, and that's the ticket you got.
Interesting, and I've heard that about advertising dollars, both sides, but I haven't heard that as far as wagering. I never really gave that much consideration. All right, Raphael, tell us what's going on right now at MyBookie and MyBookie.org.
We got the Olympics. The men's and ladies have already started in soccer. The opening ceremony is tomorrow. We got UFC 304 across the pond. I think Papa White might have a very, very bad evening if his big stars don't get W's. So it's going to be very interesting. The dogs bark at 304. And then, like I said, we have baseball around there. Baseball is in full swing. Preseason game. I can't believe it's less than 2 weeks to Hall of Fame game. I just threw up a little in my mouth because I can't believe people wager on the Hall of Fame game, but that's less than 2 weeks.
Rafael Esparza, ladies and gentlemen. He joins us each and every Thursday from MyBookie. Thanks a lot, Rafael. We'll do it again next week.
Take it easy. Have a fantastic weekend.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
Day 2 at the Miller Electric Center. The Jaguars at it very early this morning. Another very good crowd out in attendance. Not nearly as many media members today. A lot of folks kind of showed up for the glory cut on Wednesday, but the return on a Thursday? Hey, we'll be out there again tomorrow morning. I think we had, 14 of us out there on opening day?
Yeah, that's what I heard. 14 members of 1010. That's including behind-the-scenes staff as well as on air. But pretty damn impressive if you ask me.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to go? And we talk about them all the time and get a bird's eye view of the good, the bad, and the indifferent. The good today for the Jaguars, certainly their defense. All right, they're ahead of the curve right now, and it just feels that way, particularly with the back seven. And Tyson Campbell, to me, has been the star so far of camp. But it just feels like others have really stepped up and done some very good things. Just talked about Ventrell Miller and Caleb Johnson. Watched Chad Muma in coverage today, right? Foye Oluokun flying all over the ball. The secondary as well, doing some nice things. Trevor today, 2 picks, 2 balls you got to throw away. The majority of our show was on it. Just throw the football away. And guys like me will shut up, okay? Brian Thomas Jr., second consecutive day that he's dropped a touchdown pass. I'm not as concerned about that as I am about Trevor. Trevor's done this repeatedly throughout his career. Brian Thomas Jr., it's just a slow start. And I think a part of this that maybe should be taken under consideration, this is a game breaker. This is a field stretcher. I don't think you can look at Brian Thomas in red zone only and form an accurate opinion. Hey, don't get me wrong. I think he should have made both of these grabs in the end zone. He did not. But I'm not giving up on Brian Thomas Jr. I'd like to see him work the Jaguar side of the field in midfield. I think that's where he's going to be more valuable. I don't expect Brian Thomas to come in and automatically in day one become red zone target number 1 for Trevor Lawrence. I just don't see it. So give that certainly some more time. Today, an extended workout for the Jaguars, 2 additional periods. So I think it was an extra 30 minutes, including one 20-minute block where they worked exclusively 11 on 11, 7 on 7, and they did so in the red zone. They did put in a little bit of some midfield work today as well for the first time. Yesterday was strictly red zone for the Jaguars. And again, Doug Peterson really increased red zone work in training camp from 2022 to 2023. Feels like he's doing it even more from 2023 into 2024, and they should. You know, the Jaguars were 21st last year in the red zone, 26 of 52 as far as touchdown percentage. And they were tied for second in the NFL, which is 30th when it came to turnovers in the red zone with 5. The only team with more was Atlanta with 6. That's going to do it. Thank you to Brenton Strange, Jaguars tight end. Thank you to Rafael Esparza, J.J. LaSelva. I don't check the text line now that the show is over, but you can always get me on Twitter or X at Ballou1010. Get me there. Hacker is next. I will talk with you tomorrow at 6 o'clock right here on your home of the Jags.